Okay, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1.
Oh,
Welcome, everyone, to episode 28 Slowest Fast RC Podcast. Joining us today is Cody Saner. We're going to talk about LCRC, the last final event. We're going to talk about the Vintage Race INS Masters that just finished up. We're also going to get into hot takes, hot cakes, and all sorts of the fun stuff. Joining us, Cody Saner, up in the top corner of your screen. And here's a disclaimer. Disclaimer. You're about to listen/watch a podcast hosted by a group of friends who tend to use vulgar language and profanity, and also enjoy pounding adult beverages. Viewer discretion is advised. Lastly, we may be making some bold statements. All views and statements made in this podcast do not reflect the views of any sponsors, guests, followers, or any supporters of this podcast. So be cool and don't get offended. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy.
oh my gosh!
And we're back. We're going to talk about LCRC and stuff like that. Cody, you want to get into the track stuff, and we'll go on about that.
So we literally had no weekends to work on it because I had weddings, he had weddings. We had our wood cut up at camp, so we go up to camp all weekend and do some work up there, stuff like that. So we're like, oh man, well, like it needs texted me. He's like, are we doing a track change? I was like, do I want to? No. Do we need to? Probably, because the track's blue shit. So we finally dug into it on like a Monday or Tuesday. It was all evening work except for I think maybe one Sunday one Saturday we had a quick like 2 hours where we finished like rolling everything because it was a nice good time to roll, so we took some time to roll it real quick. But um the main thing was we were just trying to keep it simple, nothing too crazy, something that we could build quick because again we were only working in the evenings. So I'd get there at 5:30 and we'd work till 8:30. And with it being later in the year, it was getting very cold, especially the week we were doing it. I was freezing my ass off. um, so yeah, tried to keep it simple, and then we put the pipe down, and we're getting through it. I'm like, and Kevin's like, "When's the last time you remember putting pipe down when the sun's down?" It's like I don't. This is very unusual. So he the line every time after we're done building a track. He walks the line with the wheel for footage. So he walks the main line for footage. Turns out we made the second that we've had. So was not on purpose at all. We were trying to go quick and simple, and we're thinking, oh, who cares? Short laps, this and that. Ended up being the longest track of the year. So I'm happy with it. I think it turned out pretty good. There's nothing super killer other than the first little three there.
So,
past pit lane. I feel like those can bite you pretty quick, but other than that, I feel like it's a pretty simple, easy flowing. There's some fast sections, but I think um, the couple tight sections we have is what slows it down and gives it that extra footage on the race line. So overall, I'm happy. I didn't have any complaints from anybody. That was probably the first time that I didn't hear anything negative about a layout. So all in all, I'm happy with it.
We'll shit on it later.
Talking to the
Yeah.
people that I did while they were there, Cody, they said nothing but good things about the layout. So
That's another thing is when we try to put these layouts in real quick and simple and don't put much thought into it, those are the favorite ones. And it's just, we rack our brains trying to put in a layout for some of the bigger races, and they turn out good. There's not many complaints on them, but I mean they turn out good. But then we turn around and throw one in just to get one in before the end of the year, and that's the one that everybody loves for all of the season.
I
Let's
don't
just
know
hope
what
it
it
survives the
is,
winter.
but one of
Yeah,
them, this one just feels so much different than the other layouts in some way. Like, especially even when I'm walking it and I'm watering the track, it's just like completely different. Although it's the
hmm
same base pattern, but
we actually had room for one more lane. That was the thing when we stepped it all out and painted it out. We could have had two, like on the right side of the track when you're going down in where the lanes are down and back out and back in. There technically could have been room for one more lane there.
wow.
And yeah, and the way that it, ended up working, it, worked out great. But like we're one less lane, and that's where we were thinking like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a quick little, and that was not the case. So
Cody, were
yeah,
you there
it might feel
Thursday or
wider
Friday?
because it was less.
Cody, were you there Thursday or Friday for the practice those days? I can't remember.
Friday evening, yeah,
Okay.
Friday evening I showed up and ran buggy 2 or 3 times just to drive the track before coming to try to bump game on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no, that was Friday. I was getting made
yeah.
fun of because of my vanilla driving.
Very unvanilla. But did you get to witness any of the new drivers forget that the sweeper is not the big full sweeper and you have to stop for the 90-degree turn to go into the rollers? Did you get to witness any of that?
No, but I completely believe it because anytime we cut off any part of a regular straightaway,
Yeah.
it is almost guaranteed to be a kamikaze type situation with that pipe.
Oh, 100% several people launched their car about 10 feet into the air. Good thing that there was the big thick white pipe in there too to help brace
Yeah,
that plastic piping.
yeah.
Because oh my god, they were coming full speed. Forgot there's even a turn. They were just planning on the sweeper and launching their car over the pipe. It was hilarious. Alex, did you get to see some of those moments? Definitely, even me for the first couple laps, like I knew it was there, but I would brake late because you're just used to going on full throttle for so long, and
Mhm.
it's hard to get used to the new braking zone. I definitely overshot the turn a couple times, but yeah, it was cool to see people launch the car by accident because they just forget there's
Yeah,
a turn at all.
yeah. No, I forget myself. I mean, I'm the one that was there figuring out what we're gonna do. Still forget.
The betting at $1. You got $1, $2.
We should be caught up now.
Okay.
I
Do
think
you want to explain to the
The
viewers
bidding, I
why
did
you
have a
were
couple
talking so
people.
fast? Or okay.
I think those were the highlights. I don't think I added too much
For-
after that.
For those of you that don't know, Alex just had to edit all that because his mic wasn't plugged in for 15 minutes. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
that's why he spoke really
the
fast.
end will be at what I
How-
just did will be at the beginning, and the current beginning won't be there. So this is all
Yeah.
just going to be an abrupt cut. Oh yeah, the abrupt right hand. Yeah, there's an abrupt right hand. Yes, Taylor, I watch people hit it.
There you
Scene.
how does that work? We can hear you, but your mic wasn't plugged in
Because
for the podcast?
Discord automatically picked up my camera mic instead of
Ah.
this mic, and my audio
Gotcha.
records through OBS, which is permanently set to this mic. So when this mic isn't plugged in, it doesn't do anything. So
It
anyway,
didn't sound like you were talking through a webcam though. Weird.
the webcam mic is really nice. Besides when there's any other ambient noise. Like the webcam will pick it up through OBS, but Discord does all its magic to make it sound even better. Anyways, back to the track. So yeah, big run line.
Quote unquote for you, Cody, coming from Jim Lonzo, best track layout in 2 years. So that was his thoughts. Yeah.
Cool. I'll put less effort in next time too.
Yes, please do. Just
Mike, have you
loop-de-loop.
had a chance to look at the layout from online and your
I did,
thoughts?
yeah. I watched the when one evening on the ship, I tuned into the Hump Day Happy Hour,
Okay.
the one before the race. So
Mhm.
I got to see Krista and Kevin go over the layout. It looked nice. I thought it looked like a very fast, flowy, racy layout.
Mhm.
Did you see
Kind of highway-esque to where like one mistake would really set you back, but and kind of hard to catch up. But it looked fun.
Did you see the call outs for all the jumps and shit?
I don't think so.
No, lame. That was the best part.
Oh, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Thank you, Cody.
I do plan on going back. I haven't yet, but I want to go back and like watch like your main Alex. I want to watch the pro main and you know just see what happened.
The
But
last couple laps of the pro main between what was it, Burns and Garrett Hawbaker was really good. Expert e-buggy.
yeah, like I don't even know who won Nitro Buggy or Truggy or you know. I know
I feel like I
Toucan
was
won
so tied up
Intermediate
that I
E-Buggy,
can't
but that's
remember
it.
some of the results.
Yeah.
EMAC won Nitro. Harmer won
Okay.
e-buggy. But
Okay.
EMAC had his battery explode or fall out, or he had a battery issue because him and Harmer were putting on a good battle, and then like 5 minutes in, EMAC had to retire. Greg had a couple bad incidents, and I think something on his car broke or something in Nitro because I think he ended up retiring too.
Yeah, Nitro, he flamed out in the first or second pit stop too.
Yeah,
Oh damn.
but yeah.
So Alex, how'd you end up doing?
Uh, really good. I mean, I went direct to the A. Because we were able to do three quals for the first time all season, so that was awesome. I pretty much shit the bed on my third qual. I ended up going over the turn 2 wall, so that was fun.
Wow,
But
that's impressive.
yeah, after I did that, I just pulled the car. But my first 2 quals were enough to put me 9th or 10th on the. I think it was 10th on the grid for the A. So it just made the cut, and then I knew like my car was fast, and I knew I could drive it fast, so I just put my head down and the downhill 3-pack. I was watching it all day. On the first lap of every main, there was always carnage there. People were getting tied up because like the first couple guys would not get it right and roll, and then everyone else just get collected. So like I told myself going into it, when I go to that downhill 3-pack, I'm not gonna double single like we normally do. I'm just gonna roll every bit of it and drive around traffic. And instantly, I got up to like 7th or 6th right just from doing that, and then just kept my head down, keep turning laps. Got up to 5th, and I was behind Gage Hurley. I'm like, yeah, I was battling with I think Rodney Heil, and got around him. He took me back. Then I got around him, and then he ended up making a mistake. So I had some space, and then I'm like, okay, I'm happy in 5th, like, and then I started like gaining on Gage in 4th, and I'm catching up. And like I started getting the passing window, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like try to go for it all of a sudden. Then he ended up making a mistake in front of me, and I'm like, oh, okay. So then I got into 4th, and then 3rd made a mistake, and then I think I was up to 3rd, and then I made a mistake, and then I just kind of followed 3rd around until the town. So,
Nice.
but yeah, I'm very happy with it. Like we talked about off camera, Mike, I think the car could have been a little better given if I had the right parts. That's on me. But irregardless, the car was still awesome. Green teasers was my ticket.
Is that what you ended up doing in the main?
Yep.
Or is that qualifying? Or you ran him at qualifying too, right? That third round?
No, I ended up running reflexes last minute.
Okay. Because I know we were talking about that.
Yeah, it was more dry than I was expecting in the third qual, so I just stuck on reflexes because I knew they'd work.
Fair.
But yeah, that was it. And I'll speak on behalf of Davey. He had a hell of a fucking main day
Oh yeah.
with that brand
Oh
new
yeah.
Oh yeah,
brand new nitro car. What did he start? He started like
it's awesome.
what
He
did
started in the B.
13th.
Where in the
I
B?
pitted him in the
Yeah, he
B.
bumped up from the B.
Where did he start in
Yeah.
the B though?
Second,
Was
first
it
or
don't know.
second? It was either first
He
or second.
finished second. He finished second in the B though.
Yeah,
He started 13th.
right. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if he started in a bump spot in the B or if he started like lower. But irregardless, he bumped up, started.
Let's
13th.
rewind that back just a little bit though,
Okay.
because I feel like Davey was feeling rough.
Oh,
in,
yeah.
the first like a Thursday or so.
Yeah, his
'Cause
first tank, he hated
I
it.
don't believe you could tell on his face he wasn't like enjoying it as much as he probably
Yeah.
wanted to, because I don't think he's ever had a brand new car.
I don't
And
know.
I kept telling him, I'm like, you got to run some packs, man, or not packs, but tanks.
Yeah.
And then keep running it, keep running it. And he'd kind of like come over, and he's pitting next to me, where Laux usually pits. And then I'm like, Davey, go get out there, get out there, get out there, Davey, break this car in. And then you could see towards like the third qualifier, his car started really coming around.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the B main that he qualified into is when it really came alive. And then he just started driving it. So
And he still has shims in the diff.
and the shocks are wrong positions, too long, and everything else. The list of stuff, the car's got a lot of improvement that can make if he takes my
Yeah.
advice.
Taylor, for those not in the Discord, I don't even know if it was our private channel or if it was the public channel, but Taylor sent a list, a very detailed list of like, I don't know, it wasn't that, it was like what, 8 things maybe. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
But it was like a small list of things, like these are the things you like Drake says, Kevin says, like these are the things you need to do before you put this car on the track. So the Davey read that, put his phone down, and built it strictly off the book. Did not listen to anything Taylor told him, and which still worked, obviously, because
Yeah.
like he went from 13th in the A to 3rd in the B.
Third. Yeah.
Off of a
Third in
what?
the A,
13th
not
in
B.
the
Or third in the A, yeah, sorry. And he went 13 minutes without fuel, right, Cody?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, right in the beginning, for the first fuel stop, I completely missed Davey come. I was in the booth. I missed Davey coming in for fuel, and I'm like looking at his lap times, and there wasn't any like out of place lap times. It was like 39s, 38s, 40s. There's a 41, and I'm like, oh, you had a little bobble, whatever. And I'm watching. Yeah, we're 7 minutes deep. All right, Davey's gonna come in for fuel here soon. We're 8 minutes deep. Now we're 9 minutes deep. Now we're 10 minutes deep. And I'm like, I don't know what fuel strategy Cody has Davey on. Then we get to 13 minutes deep. And I'm like getting ready to call Cody on his cell phone. I'm like, please bring that fucking kid in for fuel. Because he was running great, you know. But
Zach were, Zach
We were in the
talking,
B, and I'm sorry. We were in the B.
Yeah. You go.
And the count of 3, we'll both start talking at the same time. 3, 2, 1, and he was in the B. Oh, and Davey was asking me what we should do for fuel stops, and I go, whatever you normally do. And he goes, well, I haven't ever timed this. It's the same engine he's been running, the Ronda Drake engine, but I think with the new car, fresh bearings, and the fact that it's from, 2025 versus, yeah, it's running so much better. So he can definitely go longer than he has been, the normal 4-minute stops or whatever he was in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he told me he's like 6 minutes. I was like, when do you come in? He's like 6 minutes. I'm like, no, seriously, like, when do you come in? He's like, yeah, I don't know, like 6 minutes. I'm like, dude, you're killing me. I stretched him like 7:15 on that first stop.
Good.
But yeah,
We definitely did like a 7 something too in the B. And then I didn't measure how much fuel was left in it. I should have for him, but
he should definitely be able to do 7s, no problem, any day of the week though.
Yeah.
7:30.
That motor should be able to do 9s.
Oh yeah,
It's the same one as mine, and I do 10s.
Yeah.
right.
But I mean, I don't drive quite as hard sometimes. But
Well, I never sat down enough to really pay attention to how Davey drives his nitro car either. So
Pretty conservatively.
I figured.
Yeah.
He's not womping on it or,
Yeah. But anyway,
You want to talk about like the full entry counts and the record?
I want to hear about your race weekend first, Taylor.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that.
I want to hear how many times you screwed over fucking, well, I can't even think. God, Damn, Toby. Did
Oh,
you flame him out? Did you drop him? I don't know. Did you?
Oh,
Did he
I
blame
thought
you for
about it.
anything?
No, things actually. He complimented me, and
Wow.
even on the mic, he's like, "Great job, pit mate." Um,
Yeah.
when I sit him down once, and he started going, uh, but things went pretty good for Toby. So we'll talk about Toby's race. Toby was. I'll
Anything
mix
to
up.
avoid his own.
I'll mix up the 40 plus and the intermediate, but one of them, he was up to third in the A, and he was driving phenomenal.
I believe that was intermediate.
Yeah, I think you're right. Having a phenomenal race, and there was 2 minutes to go. Then he goes by the pit area on the straightaway, and then there's a 90. So you almost like when you come off the pit, Uncle Mike, you pretty much go like 2-3 feet, and then you got to turn right in order to go through the first Twix or Twizzlers or whatever you guys call that.
Left Twix.
Hard right hand corner.
Yeah,
That's
the
not supposed to be there.
the abrupt
Yeah.
right hand turn into the
Abrupt
left
right.
Twix.
That's it. The abrupt right. That's it. Yeah.
So Toby was going towards that, and then all of a sudden he keeps going straight, but like dies, and I just see the wheel like flop over. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh crap! It's just like unhappy over here. His camber link came apart, like the screw
Wow.
just lost it.
Wow.
Loctite, never heard of her, apparently. So he put a
Wow,
longer
Toby.
screw and a nut on it for the 40 plus main, which worked. But Toby, I'm sorry, man. That sucks. You were doing great. Proud of you in the A.
Sorry, mate.
Yep.
All right, now your race weekend, Taylor.
Expert Nitro Buggy, first round qualifier. I think I finished like an 8 lap, maybe 25 or something like that. It was okay. I had a couple mistakes. I think to be on pace where I wanted to be, I wanted to drop about 8 more seconds or so, and which would probably be stop making some mistakes. And then everything went downhill from there. I think I was trying to push it too hard. My big mistake is the right Twix. You'd have to double and then single if you want to be on pace. And then I was going for the double, but every time I would hesitate a little bit, I wouldn't carry the speed that I need to because I don't want to time the brakes the right way with the nitro car. And I wouldn't clear the double, so the second double would kick the back end of the car up almost every time. And I was too stubborn. I think the second qualifier in Expert Nitro Buggy, I got frustrated in my mind that I started making mistakes, and I just kept making mistake after mistake after mistake. Then third qualifier, can't really remember what even happened, but I know it didn't go that great. Then I also ran e-truck. Geez, I don't even remember what happened in the qualifiers. Offhand, I think I qualified 7th in the B after the 3 rounds, somewhere roughly about there. Then I'll just talk about the main, because that's the only thing I really remember. The first opening lap in the, do we call it the Supercross jump, the big double?
Yeah.
Okay. The Supercross jump, all of a sudden my e-truck just nosedives. And I'm like, what the hell? And it just happened so abruptly, and I wasn't expecting it. So it somersaulted, and then I needed marshaled. And then by the time I got marshaled, I was second to last. And then I went around the jump going into Harry's corner there, the pretty big jump. It did it again. And then I needed marshaled, it somersaulted, and I was about dead last. And it didn't do it again. But after the fact, I kept thinking about it. And I forget who it was. I'm sorry if I don't remember. It's somebody in our close circle. They were like, do you have drag brake on? And the ESC that I'm running is like 4 seasons old. And I wonder if just something randomly glitched in it. And I don't know, hitting the jump or something. And maybe it just spiked the brakes. It wasn't me.
Also check the rotor, If the rotor,
Okay.
what motor is it? Is it Hobby Wing?
It's the Tekin motor, actually.
A Tekin motor. Okay, so you check
Yeah.
the windings on the rotor
Okay.
because I've seen like the windings loosen and the
Mhm.
magnets will actually catch the can.
Okay. I mean, it very well could be something like that. The Tekin motor itself is longer than the Hobby Wing, so it makes me think that it could slap the chassis plate a little bit. So it could do some internal damage. That's a great thing to check for people.
Yeah, you don't see it very often, and it only
Mhm.
typically high wear or really old motors. Though
Okay.
but or a defective rotor. But if you've had yours for 4 years, it's not defective.
Well, the motor's second season, I believe,
Oh,
like a season and a
yeah.
half.
Okay.
But the ESC's 4 seasons. So, but yeah, and then going through the rest of the main was absolutely atrocious. And I actually wish I would have just pulled my e-truck and just called it a day after that. Because I was just trying to run 10 seconds faster of a lap than I'm capable to try and make it up to a bump spot from last place. Like, it wasn't going to happen. So,
Just cut the track. It's fine.
yeah. uh, then I don't even remember what happened. Oh, what happened in my expert nitro buggy main? A couple people showed up trying to play the bump game, i.e., Cody, and I was trying to fend him off for like the first 2 laps. He was behind me, but
Let the
then
record
he made
show.
a pass. Yep.
You got qualified, Cody, so that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I did outqualify. I outqualified Treff too
Yeah.
in the first one.
There you go.
Sorry if you listen to this, Treff. I know you had a horrible first qualifier.
Scoreboard.
I think I did screenshot that for my own safekeeping. My name above Jason Treffler and Cody Saner.
That's on your mirror.
Yep. I'll hang
It's
it
on the
above the wall.
fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first main for expert nitro buggy being so cold, my fingers were kind of like shaky. Cody, do you want to touch on that too? It was cold when we were running.
Yeah, I think I even had my big jacket on for that, but I mean, having a big jacket on doesn't help your fingers at all. But like, even the race wasn't even over yet, and I could feel that like I was not driving correctly. Everything was just slow. I had to like completely change my way of driving and just sort of back off and be okay with just sort of putting around.
Mm-hmm.
I could not drive like I was in the first 3 minutes. It was a little brutal. Um,
Which brings
but
me to my
I
theory
think I
of
won.
heated radios.
I had some
Oh,
good
okay.
battles with P Word and the expert nitro buggy main, and Cody kind of ran away with it a little bit. I don't believe I got lapped by you, so
No, I
I'll
don't
say
think you
that.
did.
No.
And then Davis Taylor was in that group too. Pretty fast guy, great driver. Just couldn't catch him, and
Yeah,
I was okay with that.
he's
I mean, running with
there
some
a
pretty
little
fast
bit.
people, so. But that's my racing weekend all wrapped up. Cody, you want to touch into yours? How much practice you got, and all your qualifying that you got, and all that.
Yeah.
And beating
I got
Taylor.
And
I
your
don't
lack
care
of
about
whip.
All right.
Let the photo show.
Yeah, Friday I had Taylor, you were pitting me Friday, weren't you? I had like
Yeah,
4
I
tanks
did.
with you pitting me.
Yep.
During those 4 tanks, I got ridiculed by the track hand of Alex Burns. I guess he was talking mad shit in the booth. Alex just relaying them to me while I was on the stand.
It was like the Key and Peele sketch where there's Obama and then Obama's black interpreter.
Oh yeah.
I was playing the interpreter and Burns was Obama because Burns is just like, Cody looks boring out there, and I'm like, Cody, your whips are unseasoned, or it got out of hand.
They're like a frozen hamburger or something. He said.
Dry white bread.
Yeah, so that was fun.
It got out of hand.
Saturday I had a wedding, so I missed all of qualifying. Um, behaved myself enough to be able to wake up for my main that was at 9:30ish. So got to the track, got my cars out, nitro buggy. What was it? The D main or was that the C main, Taylor? C main.
C.
See,
Yeah. So
see,
there was
see.
there was only 4 of us, so it wasn't at least with only 4 of you, it was like, well, I have a pretty good shot. But it was Taylor, P Word, Dave's Taylor, and myself. So I was like, well, it's not like it's just a bunch of slouches. It's not like a typical end of the order effort. Um, so I wasn't like, oh yeah, I got this, going into it. But then I think by the second lap I had the lead, and then I just kind of held my pace and played it safe, and so I bumped out of that one. And then the Nitro Buggy B main was the next one. I was up to third on like the second lap. I dodged some traffic at the beginning, and just a combination of mistakes over and over again, which I just blame on the lack of driving for the weekend. Um, I ended up falling back, and that was the end of that run. Nitro Buggy B, I was feeling good because it's nitro track, um, and I can usually just drive the balls off of that thing. Uh, it was acting a little funny before I went out on the tables, so I was like, all right, well, I don't want to touch anything here. Let's just go out, run the hot laps, and we'll make some adjustments from there. So I go, and it's super fat for some reason. We try to lean it, still super fat. And then on the start, we get a extra minute, and I tell Zach, I was like, just turn that needle. I'm gonna hold it wide open, turn the needle until it winds out. So we did that, and it leaned out. First lap, I was up to third, um, but I knew it was still off. Like straight away, as I could hear it bogging. Like it wasn't. Like it had no top speed. I can clear some of the doubles. Um, so he went and grabbed Kevin quick to come over. And I pulled in early and gave it some turns. Went back out. It was fine at that point for the most part. It was good enough to finish the main, but I was just way too. I mean, I was in pit lane for 10, 15 seconds, and I was dead last. And at that point, I'm just trying to overcompensate for the lost time. So that did not go very well, and I just ended up pulling in, I don't know, 10 minutes into the race and 10 minutes of the 15-minute race, but like nothing was changing. So I pulled it in. Um, that motor, no shame for it. I think it's 2 years old. I don't think it went to Drake over the winter, so it had like no refresh. Like it was just fresh, not fresh. It was just straight off of last season into this season. Um, so that motor's coming out. We're gonna throw another one in it before we go west. Um, make sure that's taken care of. Don't want to go west and have those same issues, but whatever. That's what
That's
I
not the
get
first
for
time that happened to
skipping
you, too.
qualifying. Yeah, no, I think what last race
Uh,
it was acting up too.
I remember one that I pitted you, and I got Kevin as well, and then brought you in for a pit stop, and he leaned it out a
Mm-hmm.
little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know if the O-ring or the threads or something in the needles are worn out and they're like backing themselves out from the vibration, or I don't even know if that's a thing, or it's just time for it to get a refresh and get a little pinch and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's all good. I didn't expect much, just because, like I said, I missed all of qualifying. I wasn't able to be there to practice much Friday, so all good. My highlight though was Pitt and Davy in that intermediate A, 13th third. That was awesome. I was super happy for him. And then Zach and I also pitted Ethan for his expert nitro buggy A main win. So that was cool.
So you guys pretty much won the Halloween Classic race, is what you're saying.
Yeah, as disappointing as my racing went. I was super stoked with pitting and the way those races went. So it was good weekend.
That's how I feel pitting some people when the people I'm working with have such a great weekend, win the event, sweep the event, whatever. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like Taylor won Mugen Challenge as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
4
Pitting
times.
lots too. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
did we say
Zach
7?
and I are going to
Four?
sell ourselves.
7 times.
Oh. How about we beyond the track layout? I want to talk about the surface a little bit. So Friday, it was still a fresh surface, of course. I think it was still getting broken in. I think we were all pretty much running green reflex or a variant of sorts throughout Friday practice,
Yeah.
right, Cody?
I think I switched.
Yeah,
I tried
yeah,
to
I was-
relapse at some point.
Yeah, some
I
people
think
were
on
trying
Friday.
relapse. Did you like them?
I did,
I did
depending
not like
on
them.
when you
I
went
didn't like
out.
them.
And I remember Williard came off the track one time, and I asked him. I was like, because I seen him, I was getting ready to water the track, and he brought his car off at the equipment exit there or entrance, and I go, "You want to relapse?" And he says, "Yeah, blue one." And I go, "How were they?" And he goes, "Amazing." He says, so I'm like,
Classic.
I'm gonna try them. And I think I tried them on Nitro Buggy, and I did like them.
Okay.
But it depends on the time. I think I
Mhm.
might have tried them a second time, and I was just like, no, it was the wrong time. So,
Sure.
but
But
Yeah.
I felt like Friday was, the low grip quotations. It wasn't like low grip, but the low fresh track LCRC, kind of dry, kind of not dry, but just cold. I felt like it. I just shook my whole table. I felt it was kind of dry, like we were putting a lot of water to it, and we couldn't put too much water to it though because of the temperature. To try to keep
Yeah.
the day rolling. So, but I mean, it was good. And then Saturday, I pretty much, to me, grip was pretty much copy and paste, if not coming up a little bit throughout Saturday. Would you say the same, Taylor, or what do you think?
not really. I think there was maybe a point Friday where it was a tad bit higher.
Okay.
And then I feel like probably 3 o'clock Friday, it might have been at its highest. And then Saturday, it looked like it was on the path trending to get there and surpass it. But then it was kind of like just below. And I don't think we ever really got it to the
Yeah.
point where super grouped up.
Well, I think because we had to skip a couple water schedules because of how the program was moving. We were getting pretty behind on the timetable, and the temperature dropped off really fast in the afternoon, like way quicker than we all expected. And so, if time would allowed, I think one, maybe two more waters would have really done the trick, but we just simply did not have the time to do that because it was at the point where no matter how much you went and sprinkled the dust, it was still going to be a 10-15 minute wait for it to dry up enough because it's just temperature. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You go out there with a bottle of water and do the whole track with one bottle of water and it'd be the same boat, But that's what you get in late October,
Yeah. I'm not sure that watering the track would have been the answer at that point in time to get the groove better.
I think
I
traction
don't
would
want
have
to say
been
what
better
was.
because it was getting
Okay.
dry. To me, it was getting dry, like pretty dry.
Mhm.
Not like dusty dry, but just dry. And at that point, I didn't feel like the track had much moisture in it. We're talking Q3, 5,
Okay.
6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
I was thinking about that point in time, and I could be wrong because it's so long ago now. That there was like an okay groove below the dust, and blowing the dust probably kept the groove
Yeah.
better than if we were to lay some water on top
Okay.
of it.
And I'm still learning the dirt too, but
Yeah. So am I. I mean, I think we all are.
yeah. But I definitely agree with you. I think Saturday is in the evening. I think it did drop off a little bit. But then I thought it was excellent on Sunday because we had the cloud coverage all day.
Yeah.
Not much sun. We only watered like 2 or 3 times or something.
I don't even remember.
It wasn't that, and we didn't start watering till
It wasn't much.
like B mains or something, like real late in the day.
Might have been
Mains.
before the B's and then before the A's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I thought grip was awesome on Sunday. I mean, it wasn't Black Groove, Blue Relapse grip, but it was the best it was all weekend, in my opinion. And then Cody, you can speak on this one since you were there for this part. What do you think?
There was no definitive groove, which is why I kind of stayed away from relapses. Kind of dusty, like I don't know. It's been the same bleh kind of groove for the last like 3 races. You can challenge, cancer race, this race, like it's not coming in. Now Halloween race doesn't typically get a groove because it is colder,
Mm-hmm.
less cars, but I mean, at least from you getting cancer, you'd have like a black, you're running blues, if not A2s,
Right.
type of groove. So, I mean, as far as Halloween race, that groove was kind of typical. I think it still seems to be getting dustier than usual. I don't know if that's the different laundry detergent, because it's not the same as it was. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. I've been fairly disappointed with the dirt this year with how it's turned out throughout a weekend. Like you think you're just about to get to that point where it's going to start setting in, and then it just is like, yeah, screw you guys. I don't want to come here.
We're just edging the
So, yeah,
dirt.
like
Dirt joy.
I think the dirt's edging us.
No one's climaxing. Is my point.
Yeah. So I don't know, and I don't really have an answer for that other than, I mean, the only thing that's different is the detergent's different. So I don't know if it really has that much of a difference in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say. It's all blue looking soap. So
That was a conversation
I
Ethan
mean,
and I had
grip
in the
was
shop,
fine
but
though.
I'd like to have that conversation with you guys too off camera.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as far as grip during a Halloween race, I mean, blue or green reflexes. I mean, it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like it was a ice rink or dusty ice rink, whatever. I mean, it was, you had grip with green reflexes, and then teasers. Yeah, if I'd have said a green, it probably would have been pretty cool too.
Yeah, Jason Rona, can you please like print those again or tell me where I can get the mold or whatever? Because I might have one more 5-minute race left on mine and I can't find them anywhere. So please, we want teasers
I
back.
did check I checked my buggy stash. I unfortunately have no teasers left in my stash.
I only want them in green, Jason. That's all. That's all I need them in.
What about well, I mean, I guess the replacement's triple D's. Or a good substitute would be a
That's
triple D. I know it's not the same.
I don't
but-
think there's anything really close enough to the teaser.
I don't even know what it is about teasers. They just when it's the right track for teasers, they are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I always ran them in e-buggy. E-buggy, it was always teasers in the main.
But so that's pretty much all I have for the racing part of the weekend. Anyone else have anything to add? Race related, track related. I got some stuff to talk about with all the extra events that went on throughout the weekend. But before we get into that, anything else race related?
Props to Gavin Yoder for how well he did.
Yeah.
Um,
Nick
Oh,
Camasco
he
did
ran
well, stepping up into expert.
Yep. Shout out to Nick. I love racing with you, Nick. We had some good qualifiers and I think E-Truck together. We both walked off the stand, gave each other a fist bump because every time I'm racing with Nick, we always have a good time.
Mike Ream did exceptionally well in his races too. I want to shout out Mike Ream. Jordan ran away with it in his races up to Graph. So that is Jordan's last race in intermediate now. So excited to see what he can do in expert next year. But
Okay.
That's all I got, I think.
So I want to highlight all the sweet extra things Krista does. I'd credit Kevin, but I know it's all Krista. So all the sweet extra things Krista does for the Halloween race. So of course on Friday it's the cornhole is standard, and Davey and I had a 3-part scheme, and scheme 1 was Friday night. We got the big blow up dinosaur costumes and rolled up in those and took over the booth, and no one told us our asses were so big, so we couldn't even fit in the booth. Tried to play cornhole, didn't work. Tried walking the track. Davey fell over the wall and party fouled over his e-buggy or something. but and then Saturday they do trick or treat for the kids. So all the kids on the property, they get to dress up, and everyone in the pits has a bucket of candy, you know, and all the kids go around in their little costumes and get the trick or treat. And that's the coolest thing ever. Davies and I scheme for that was Top Gun. So we followed the kids around for a minute, and then they also did the spookiest pit contest, where you could decorate your pits to be spooky with the Halloween decorations, the lights, the sounds, the skeletons, the whole 9 yards. And turn 2 had a whole freaking Spirit Halloween set up in their extra property they leased behind the oval track. But it was really cool seeing all that. Davey, myself, Schreffler, and Bob all got to be judges for that. So that was really neat seeing everyone's pits and stuff, and everyone go all out and have fun with it. So that was really cool.
Who ended up winning that?
Turn 2 with their Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Everyone's pits were awesome. So, and then the Garris family, they had Ricky with a wig on playing guitar all the way in the back. Like I wish their pits weren't so far in the back so everyone had a chance to see it, because they had to have been a close second. I don't know how the points added up, but they had to have been a close second place. But everyone killed it. And then what else was there? And then we led into the banquet, of course, Sunday after mains, the end of season banquet where Kevin and Krista present all the point series awards. Davey and I got to be the MCs for this, and that was a lot of fun.
I really enjoyed the beginning.
Yeah, we got to do a little skit.
The opening
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
icing on
That was
top.
really
for
funny.
Envy
absolutely.
That
Great
was,
job.
That was phase 3 of
Everyone
this
should
game.
go back and watch that.
Yep.
Yeah, especially the. Is there gonna be a track change? You know what? Just let me tell you. Yeah, I gotta say.
The dirt.
Yeah.
That was
Alex
hilarious.
tried to make a short story long, but he was having trouble, so it was really funny.
We worked. Davey and I worked really hard on rehearsing that and making sure we were. When we so after mains were done and tents were broke down, awards for the race were presented, and I told this no for the race.
Yeah,
This was
yeah,
the
you're
end
right,
of
you're
main
right.
day.
I'm getting ahead of you.
I still had to go take care of my dog before we got into helping for the banquet with all the last minute setup stuff and grabbing the food. So I told Kevin, I said, Davey and I are gonna go take care of dog and we'll be right back. So Davey and I run to the trailer and change into our outfits, and we go to walk dog, and the whole time like Davey is like, he's like, okay, so he's like, this is how it's gonna work. We're gonna practice right now. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Krista, Kevin, and we are the husband and wife. And he's just like killing it. Like I'm half dying as I'm like, you really? He's like, I've been thinking about this all fucking weekend. But we rehearsed and everything, and yeah, it was. But anyway, so the bit was fun, and then I'm glad that went over well. We were worried, but the banquet was a blast. Seeing everyone that stuck around that could stick
Got to
around.
touch on Davey's hair.
Yeah, that you
Most
could.
all
Yeah.
didn't know
Yeah.
how far he tried to go.
Yeah, so we sent. Oh, and it was really funny because when it was podium pictures for the race, as we discussed, Davey podiumed. So it was like the next to last or last main. I told Davey go take, because Davey was getting blonde highlights in his hair to match Krista, and Bree Hurley Derek's wife was hooking him up in turn 2 with that. So I'm like, go take care of it now while you have time. I'll finish the race day. Go get your hair done. And so he's getting his hair done. Chris is doing podium pictures. Intermediate nitro buggy in 5th and 4th and 3rd. Dave DePasquale. Davey, where you at? And of course, some people in turn 2, oh, he's getting his hair done. And Chris is like, what? So then I have to sprint back to turn 2. I'm like, you need to come take pictures for Mama, or else the whole bit's gonna be screwed. So here comes Davey running back with his hair tucked in his hat, gets his picture, runs back to finish getting his hair done. But yeah, he got it. He got blonde highlights in his hair, and I wore a Mugen hat. It was perfect. But yeah, and then our friend Taylor. Cody, would you like to talk about the award Taylor got? Since you presented that.
Yeah. So actually, please hold.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So this is my 2020 that I got. I think that was the second year that we were doing it. So Billy was a good friend of ours. I actually worked for him for a little while doing when he was building late models and stuff like that. I'd powder coat stuff or help him with all odds and ends things. Um, he was different, but he's a really cool guy. Willing to help anybody. He helped me a lot. We'd go to bumps and jumps on Tuesdays for their practice in the winter. He'd help me with my cars there. I'd go to his garage and we'd burn tires. And he's the one that actually two-wheel drive. Honestly, before it was really even a thing. And yeah, I mean, just anybody when he was around, if someone needed something, he always had crazy ideas. I mean, he was into the oval stuff before Kevin went like full oval. As far as shit, what's the number end of oval? What's the oval company?
Custom work?
Custom Works.
Yes. Holy shit! I literally had a brain fart there. I could not. He was into the custom work stuff way before Kevin ever was. Kevin was swore by it that custom works would never touch this oval, this and that, because he just didn't want to get that into it. But Billy was always super into it. He was always super into everything, wrenching everything. Always wanted to know how things worked, and like I said, would help anybody. Helped a lot of people, whether it be RC or late model. Um, Unfortunately passed. So we, to keep things going, and unfortunately, there's only a select few of us that have known him. So at this point, and most of us have gotten the award at this point for one thing or another. But obviously, as time goes, like we can't just keep giving it to ourselves. Um, as we branch out to give to other people, it's because those people don't know him or what he was about. But honestly, in recent years, Taylor's probably one of the most deserving as far as is willing to help people, wanting to know how things work, being nice to everybody, and just going the extra mile. So it was a very easy decision to give this to Taylor this year. Because like I said, as far as Billy doing his thing and then Taylor doing his thing, and it's probably the closest that we've come to being like dead on.
Thank you.
So yeah,
It was
Taylor
tough.
Taylor got the 2025 Billy Vasek Memorial Trophy.
Break that.
Sweet.
I didn't have any idea it was coming, or I was nominated, or in the running for it. So I didn't have like a speech prepared when you guys called me up, and I still don't know what to say for it. And I know it's a very touching and an important award for those that you've known them. So thank you guys.
Yeah, obviously I don't know anything, but I just want to congratulate you, Taylor, because just based off of
Thank you.
how Cody and Kevin explains who Billy was, and yeah, like you fit the bill, dude. You fucking
Thanks.
help everyone else more than you help yourself. As much as that pisses me off sometimes, but
And always with a smile on his face
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I will say I was caught off. I was caught very off guard during
Yeah.
the banquet because I knew the award was coming. Like I knew what was going on,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Oh yeah, Cody, do you want to join me up here to give this award?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then you're giving me a mic. I'm like, "Dude, like, I don't do well in front of people."
Yeah. That's the guy on the
You gotta give
podcast.
me, yeah, and honestly, I don't remember, other than when I won the award, I don't remember ever really like being called up front stage to give the award. So like I just wasn't expecting it. Like obviously I'm there and I was gonna be there and whatever. Like I went and got it from the shop, brought it up so it was there, this and that, like doing my normal thing, and I don't. I might have been. I think I was outside on the golf cart with my kid when they started calling me up. I'm like, "What do you mean I have to come up here? I'm not ready for this."
And right before that, I was trying to feed you a whole jar of Skippy.
Yeah,
we did get hard onto the
I
Skippy
should've
that
chugged
night.
it. If I'd known that was coming, I would have chugged it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we went through 2 helpings of Skippy that night.
It was that morning too. Sunday morning, I was walking to the porta potty over by Vin's pit, and Vin stopped me. He's like, "Hey, you know that award?" And then he's like, "If I had an opportunity to, I would nominate you." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm just some regular Joe that just likes to help a couple people." And I'm like, "Nah, there's so many people that deserve this." And yeah, thank you guys.
Well, I wouldn't. Don't talk too low of yourself because you're not just a regular Joe.
You're a schmegular,
Yeah.
Joe.
Okay, yeah, medium Joe.
Yeah.
Medium Joe.
It's funny what you were saying, Cody, about how you don't do public speaking and stuff. Because to go back to when Davey and I were walking dog rehearsing the Kevin and Krista bit, we were like looking at each other, like, "Hey, like, you know, we hide in a booth and all that, and we're fine." But Davey and I never really stood in front of a crowd and ran anything either. And like, well, you know, we'll just pretend we're hiding in a booth. Yeah. Fake it till you make it, I guess, right? But
I sent your clip in SNL. Maybe they'll call you.
oh, that's funny. See, the problem is now if we get hired for the same gig next year, we got to figure out how to outdo it. That's
tough.
telling Davey.
You
I'm
set
like,
you set the bar very, very high.
well, we got Friday and Saturday schemes figured out already, but the Sunday scheme's gonna be hard to beat. But we got a year to think on it. But that is about everything I have to conclude for LCRC for the race weekend. We got to get Kevin and Krista on to do a LCRC own show, which is in the plans. But anyone else have anything to add from the final race, the banquet?
I'll talk about the racing season, and I don't know what to say, but part of me was excited for like a couple off days and a little break. In between, I haven't even serviced my vehicles yet because I don't plan on racing those for a little while.
Same to me.
And but I know I'm gonna miss everybody, and it's like it hasn't set in yet because it hasn't been the time frame in between to get to a next race that I'm used to. So I know like another week or so from now, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm not gonna see all of my people.
Yeah.
So I'll miss everybody.
Well,
Hopefully it goes by quick.
So.
Yeah. I think we're 179 days away from the opener.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
How many
I was gonna
many
say
sleeps is
it's
that,
the off
Taylor?
season. We don't have to not see each other. We just don't have to not race.
Y-
We don't
Yeah.
have to race to fucking hang out.
So, you know, that means that there's probably going to be more alcohol involved.
What's the problem?
That's okay. That's my gig.
As he kicks back.
And your point?
Yeah. Cheers to that.
It's all right.
How many sleeps? Mike, I will say that I've been getting plenty of sleep with shooting for about 4.5 hours a night if I can.
There you go.
That's 12 showers, Mike.
12? Okay. 12 showers. That should be enough.
Yeah.
As long as the 12th one is before you go to LCRC.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the only one that matters.
Yeah, that's
when I get there, I'm fine. I did winterize the camper this weekend, so it is officially. I still need to finish cleaning it, and it's so caked in dust. Like my dad, because I have it parked in my dad's garage right now, because it's level there to drain the tanks and everything. And my dad was looking at it earlier this week, and we were on the phone, and he was like, "Yeah, there's like a layer of mud on your roof." And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." But yeah, come springtime, I'll wash it the outside and.
I was gonna say the amount of dust that this stuff collects while we're at the racetrack. Like earlier today, before we started the podcast, I have my like racetrack. What do you want to call it? Not an extension cord, but a. I'm losing the term here, where you plug in all the outlets.
Power strip.
extension cord?
Power strip.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Fucking everyone
And
can't think of normal terms today.
Yeah, it's just caked in dust. And then I got it out of my OGO. Which my OGOs are just like covered in dust and stuff. It's like, oh, I can actually clean these things.
Mhm.
And
At least your nice new OGO is already brown.
Yeah, that's true.
Jealous of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice color.
I gotta find. There has to be a blue beacon somewhere on the route from LCRC to my house, and next year I'll just swing into the blue beacon on the way home with the camper and have them clean it up.
What's a blue beacon?
It's a truck wash, like for big trucks.
Oh, okay.
You wash your like truck and trailer and shine it up really nice for like I mean, it costs money, but they do it pretty fast, and they usually do a pretty good job.
Sorry, I only have a small truck. I'm not trying to compensate for anything.
Fair. But I think it's time to roll a commercial and take a bathroom break and refresh and drinks. And then after that, we can get into all the other fun stuff. So let's hear from our friends down at ACS Hobbies.
So, how do you hobby? At ACS Hobbies, we've got everything to fuel your passion and spark your creativity. Whether you're into RC cars, model trains, boats, or planes, we have a huge selection of kits, parts, and accessories. Need paints or tools? We've got you covered. Test your skills on our RC crawler course or race on our oval track. There's always something fun to do. Plus, discover an awesome range of games for all ages. ACS Hobbies is your ultimate destination for hobby enthusiasts. Visit us today and start building your next adventure.
Oh, but I was like kind of sheltered as a kid. I couldn't really go out and do a whole lot. Like Cody was definitely more of a badass in high school than I was, believe that or not. But yeah, I didn't really move outside of my friend group much. So I know of Kevin and Krista or RC, even though I would drive past it all the time, didn't know what it was or that it was an actual thing until I started talking to him. And I was like, oh, this is really weird. I don't know if I like this. And then the more I started out and talking to everybody, I'm like, actually, you know what? These people are really cool. Like, very niche, like, hobby, but it's super cool to watch, especially when, as like a new person, they did the puff races, trying to do a powder puff race, and then watching actual racers race. I'm like, holy shit, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Did you do the powder puff? One of them?
And yeah, I did 2.
Nice.
And AJ creamed me both times.
Naturally.
But
oh, really?
Practice. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was awful. I don't have good hand-eye coordination. I do have my driver's license. But when it comes to that stuff, like that was super hard. So I have a lot of respect, more respect now, than when I originally first started.
It's kind of funny. Like it's hard to kind of tell people that don't have never like driven an RC car before how hard it actually is. You show them like racing
It's
videos and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, that's really cool." I'm like, yeah, let me put a controller in your hands, like real quick.
Yeah.
Like,
right. Yeah, I totally thought I could do it, and Cody was like, I don't think so, but have at it. I did hold the controller like upside down so I could twist the knob so I knew which way I was going because I couldn't hold it regular. So I'm like, okay, right, left, right, left. Like it was very difficult.
That probably made it harder.
I don't know. In my brain, it made sense.
You know, we could set you up with Cody's equipment more often for a powder puff race and start practicing.
Yeah, that's okay. I like to watch.
yeah,
I'm a voyeur in that sense.
Cody, we got a recap person
Seriously.
on now. We're all set.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Thanks for coming, Cody.
you've been booted off.
That's what I told her. I went in there and took the baby. I'm like, you need to go podcast now because I'm taking care of the baby.
I don't like that I can't see myself though.
See,
Yeah,
Taylor,
that's-
Cody's
yeah.
wearing pants.
it's because you're on mobile. If you're on a computer, you'd see yourself.
Yeah.
We got to get a computer just to podcast.
I have a
Yep.
laptop.
We can both set up.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounded like you're having a great time.
I like being
Yeah.
a guest every now and then, guest appearance. I don't know if I could be a regular on the show.
But if you're a regular, it comes easier and we'll have even more things to talk about.
Yeah.
Back
sorry,
to RC.
I
Actual
went
RC.
over and the baby was still awake an hour and a half past her bedtime. I was like,
Oh, goodness.
you need to get podcast if I'm going to try to get her to sleep.
Mhm.
So,
Well, anywho's. And we're back. Okay, so for the rest of the podcast, I want to get into, for the first bit of the little topics, I want to talk about BWJ, Bob Walker Jr. And I have a clip pulled up here. Roll over here. I will screen share for y'all so y'all can watch. Screen sharing initiated and play.
Oh, hey, look,
this
Lonzo.
is one where I can't see it. So is this one where he like dives backwards,
there's two of
flips the
them.
car,
There's-
loses
yeah,
his
this is
key,
one of them.
his
Here we go. Car rolls. BWJ. Saves it. Holds onto the glasses. Ready to go. I love how Alan comes over just to like, you okay, man? So there's number one. And then coming back to number dos. Go back over here. Does a whole tuck and roll deal to get to that one. And this one's just like, that one was intentional. So yeah.
Wow.
Point being, BWJ is the greatest marshal ever. And yeah, I mean, I'm echoing. I could never be so committed to marshaling like he is. I don't know about everyone else. What's everyone's thoughts?
I take pride in marshalling.
No, I do too, but I'm not gonna
I
die
don't-
for a car. Sorry.
Yeah,
No.
no, there was one time at Motorama a couple years ago. I was a little bit younger. And it was when they had like the two big doubles along the stands, along the cement wall.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no marshal in the middle of it. But like I was up on the hill towards like where they do the demolition derby
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
So someone wrecked in the middle of that. And I remember going sprinting and like instead of running up and down the faces, I was literally hurdling the face of the takeoff and the landing to get to him. And I remember doing that, and like when I jumped the landing, I like slid down and grabbed it, flipped it, and then jumped up into the stands because there was cars coming. That was probably one of my most heroic saves. So I like that. That was fun. But I mean, I appreciate good marshals
Oh yeah, full respect and
a
appreciation
lot.
for Bob Walker Jr. It's
Yeah.
incredible. I someone in the comments of that video was like, you probably have a faster lap time if you wreck by him compared to not wrecking by him.
That's
Which
funny.
I think may be true. But
It wasn't there a time like he was at that Marshall spot at that turn at one point, but then for a couple of A's he just stood on the outside of the turn, didn't he?
yeah,
And
I
caught
I
cars.
know like the expert night like the long nitro A mains. I put him there because I saw him standing there. I was like, hey
Oh,
Bob, you
okay.
mind marshaling like there where there's not a cone? He's like, yeah, no problem. I love that spot. Sweet.
He's getting
Perfect.
his exercise
Yeah.
for together.
But
Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah, I wanted to highlight that. So that's all I got on marshaling. My last topic I have wrote down here, I want to talk about the lockdown bullet craze. Now, I want to start off by saying I've been running bullets in my cars, 4 and 5 mil, for 7 or 8 years. 8 scale, 10 scale, buggy, short course, all of it. I've never once had a bullet come out. I never once had a power connection issue from bullets. I do clean my bullets periodically, and I do change my bullets if they get more silver than gold. I change them out. But I've never once had any issues from the bullets themselves. Now, beyond that, I think One Up was the first one to start this. I think they started with the lockdown bullets first. And then recently, Tekin released a different version. And then now ProTech just released a version. Anyone else have versions out that I'm not aware of?
Exalt dropped one
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah, Exalt's had one for a little while.
Yeah. I think they're all a little bit different. I used the Exalt ones and I hated them. But I used them for 8 scale and I used 10 gauge wire. And I think they were probably designed for 10 scale. Yeah. And you have to use a .050 to Allen to go down in the center and then set the thing. So every time you're taking it in and out, getting ready for a main, you got to find your .050 and screw it in real quick, screw it off. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I could see where the thumb screw is a little handy.
Yeah.
But also I took them off and I just switched to regular bullets. And Mike, you want to comment on this too? I swap mine, maybe seasonally. I'll swap from bullets because they do lose a little bit of tension. I've noticed with mine, at least some of the ones I use, some of the ones like the ProTech ones that come with your battery and stuff like that, I'll use them. But then I'll notice like towards the end of a season, like you have the hole, and then when you're inserting the bullet, it kind of loses its tension after so many times you put it in. Sometimes it's better to just get a new fresh bullet and then it's a little tighter.
How's that go again?
Yeah.
So I mean,
I feel like that's the super tight. That's the super tight when you crank down with a thumb on one of those lockdown bullets, and then you try to jam it in.
See, they start like this, and when they get like that, that's when you should change your bullets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mike, what are your thoughts about how often do you change bullets and the new lockdown craze and things like that?
I mean, traditional bullets, once a year, like beginning of every year, I'd change them. Yeah. Whether they're worn out or not, I just change them just because. Um, but the lockdown things, it's kind of weird. They call them a lockdown bullet, but I honestly don't think it's because I come with Alex. Like I've never had one come out. I don't think the appeal to them should be them coming out like while you're driving. It's getting them out of the battery after you're done running. Because if you think about a normal bullet now, most of the time it's really hard to pull it straight out, right? You're typically having to twist it, rotate it, which you're rubbing off the coating at that point. You're causing damage. With these lockdown ones, you just loosen it and it pulls straight out. So I'm more curious if they're going to last longer. Like
Yeah.
if that gold coating will last longer.
For me, I've never had a problem with also pulling a bullet out unless you had some wreck or something like that. I'm sure all of us at one point had like an ESC come loose and then it kind of jars it around
Oh
and you
yeah,
pull the
that
bullet out.
I don't count that
Or,
as the ESC
or had a
switch.
battery come loose, this season too. And when that came loose, it jarred and pulled itself out. But for me, going down the same rabbit hole, I wasn't curious about it so much for keeping it in as I was a really good connection.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like I can't speak for them all, but at least like with the Tekin one that I looked at, it looks like a lot of it expands. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Not just like, I mean, even just your normal 5 mil bullet now, they're almost slightly tapered. They're not,
yes,
you know what I mean? They're not 5 mil top to bottom.
correct.
You know, so really, you're not getting full contact patch with a 5 mil bullet. So I wonder if those expanding ones, you're actually getting a higher percentage of contact. I don't know.
I would think
You'd
so.
have to put them in a clear 5 mil tube, tighten it down, and see how much it expands.
Yeah.
But
Well, and the thing interesting that you mentioned earlier with the coating wearing off on the standard bullet when you have to twist and pull, that coating's on the same thing of your battery post as well. But that
true,
you
yeah,
can't replace that on a battery. You can replace the battery, but you can't replace the post on the battery. So,
yep.
you know, Cody has nothing to add to this, I'm sure, because he's all BRAP and no battery.
When I ran battery stuff, especially 10 scale, I mean, it was all just regular bullet stuff. I never had the lockdown stuff. I don't know if our sprint cars did. Kevin was usually in charge of those. I just run house car sprint cars at this point. Um, yeah, I mean, I've never had any issues with stuff coming unplugged or bullets falling out, or just, I've never had those kinds of issues. So, no, I do not have a lot to add to this other than my previous experience before all of this started happening.
Now, what are your guys' thoughts on this? The first thing I thought of when I started seeing them getting popular and stuff is when there's a problem and a e-car catches on fire, and your first go-to is if you want to save the car. Probably what started it, more than likely, is a lipo fire to pull the lipo out. But all of a sudden, trying to do that when you got lockdown bullets in, and the car is also on
You're
fire.
ripping, yeah, you're ripping everything out.
Yeah.
If you can't break the joint to the ESC, you're just ripping ESC and battery and
Mhm.
whatever else comes along with it.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that we race with that can't break that joint. Not that strong.
I'm kind of more confident in the ESC board breaking before I break the solder joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean something's gonna give.
Yeah. Or it's
It's
not,
just
and it's going to start blowing up in your hands, and you're just going to set it back down and watch it burn.
yeah. No, I tried.
Yeah.
You can burn now.
If I try to pull a battery out and in the first like 3 tries it doesn't pull out, I'm done trying.
Just walk away and leave it there.
I would never expect anybody to risk their limb to save a car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
Right.
is what it is. It sucks, but what are you gonna do?
exactly. That's what I have for lockdown bullets, and the hot new thing with them is right now.
Do you guys think
I've-
there's that many differences between all of them?
If
Not
they're-
really. I mean, how they go together, I've noticed is different, and like the centerpiece might be different. I haven't researched them all, but
I think we're just
I
reinventing the
know.
wheel.
Why
Yeah,
is
I
it
mean,
when? Go ahead. Sorry.
there's no. I mean, I don't think there's a point to have 10 different options for the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe like one or two different styles, sure, but I don't know.
Why is it always in RC? I feel like when somebody has a new product or newer product, another company releases the same product.
Well, this
Um,
is with any consumer market,
Or
and
like tire
basically,
companies.
when someone comes out with a good idea, then company A comes out with this new product. Company B is like, oh, they've done all this R&D to get it to that point. So all we have to do is make it better than that, and they might be able to figure that out in a couple weeks. And then company
Yeah, and
C
I mean,
is like, ooh, we can do it even better. And
yeah,
might
I
not
mean,
even be
my A
changing.
and B, yeah, like my A and B is like the one up and the Tekin one. It's the only two that I've ever seen. The one up one I'd never buy. I don't like how it goes together. It's like the solder tab is a completely separate piece from the bullet itself.
mhm.
It's like a sleeve that
So I
slides
think
over,
we're.
and you have to solder it onto the thing too.
Kind of goofy.
It's just
I think the one up ones are in the sprint cars. From how you describe them, it sounds like that's what's in the sprint cars.
That's what I
yeah.
think Kevin has, I believe.
I mean,
Well, yeah,
they were the
then,
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were one of the first mainstream ones. I know LCRC has them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like I prefer the Tekin style one just because the bullet and the solder tab's all one piece. I don't have to worry about soldering three things together all in one
Mhm.
shot. But, I don't know. I would eventually try them in 10 scale, but uh, at some point, eventually.
I like the large heatsink addition to it that they have, and something to grab onto to pull.
Yeah, it's more for me. It's the ease of removing the bullet from the battery.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I would get them.
Alex, you still with us?
Yeah. I got nothing else to add with the whole
Okay.
talk.
What do you got for hotcakes, Cody? Any complaints after the last race?
Uh,
Like wardrobe malfunctions.
yeah.
There was a
Did somebody
count.
fart?
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing I got from that was I think Taylor sent me like 9 people not following dress code at the drivers' meeting.
I do
I,
want to
I was
say,
counting.
I do want to say, every phone or keys I saw fall out of pockets from Marshalls was from a Marshall wearing either sweatpants, PJ pants, or gym shorts.
Right. Yeah, it's not necessarily that I'm knocking the way you dress. It's just it's not suitable when you have all that stuff. But it's mainly the marshalling part that's like, or any kind of trying to move. It's like, well, you're kind of shit out of luck because your shit's going everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, teach their own. There's a couple people I see that just consistently do it, but my favorite thing is like red shirts with red shorts or blue shorts with blue shirts, and
Sweatsuit.
it's just it clashes a little bit. Like, dude, just get some black shorts if you're gonna do it.
So now we're on to colors.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's
irking him
more of
more
a
and more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I will like you'll never catch me wearing the same color shirt with the same color pants.
It sounds like a really good Halloween costume that we could all dress up as.
Yes.
Um,
Speaking of
gym,
Halloween
gym shorts and
costumes, yeah, yeah, you could do that. And then it just drive me nuts because you guys would just be, trying to mess with my OCD a little bit.
yep.
A couple years ago, I mean, it's probably been more than a couple years ago. This is like 14, 15, 16. Halloween race, I dressed up as Krista. Yep. You'll have
That's
to.
funny.
There's. I'll have to find the picture. I think
Insert
I
that
think it's even
here.
on. Yeah, I think it's. I even think it's on the LCRC page somewhere, like deep in the pictures. It's in my pictures on Facebook, but yeah, I dressed up with her. That was when she had Daisy and Toby still. So I had like a little stuffed dog that I had in the LCRC hoodie, and I rolled my pants up as capris because she wore capris a lot then, and I had a wig, stuff like that. Didn't shave my beard though. That was the only thing. I couldn't shave my beard to fully commit.
Yeah.
I was Krista with a beard.
I'm searching right now. Let's see.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you'll probably there's. I keep going to like reach for my phone, and I realize it's still sitting in front of me. If you go to mine and just scroll down to shit, like I said, 14, 15, 16, somewhere in there.
So what are we doing now that the season's over? You guys want to touch on that while we're looking?
Trying to build a touring car.
So what got you into the touring car business?
It's the only thing to do around me.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
Carpet off-road's stupid. So if I want to just enjoy pain, I'll just do full pain.
I can tell you, it's a lot of fucking pain.
I can tell by the 1.5 millimeter eclipse and the abundance of them in the bag F or whatever that I'm scared to get to.
When it was, I got in a touring car right when the Mugen came out with their touring
The
car.
first one.
Yeah, and we all had them, and Richfield was doing on-road and off-road nights, so I was like, yeah, this is great, because I already had a two-wheel drive that I ran on off-road. I was like, yeah, I'll get an on-road car, and I can run the weeks in between. Yeah, I went like one night, maybe two. One night, the first night I went, I was like, wow, this shit sucks. I'm like, oh, I'll just give it another chance, let the car break in, this and that. Second night, I was like, yeah, no, this really fucking sucks. And I sold it. So I have not touched an on-road car since then. And I still get memories of like when I posted. It was just this year. I got memories of like, oh, just got my new Mugen MSB or what's the Mugen? What's the Mugen touring car?
MTC.
MTC. I was like, oh, I just got my new Mugen MTC one, this and that. Super excited to build it. I have a picture of that. I screenshot it and sent it to Kevin a couple weeks ago. I was like, this was indeed not a fun venture. And then I think it was literally like a week or two ago. It was a picture of it like built and ready to go or whatever. It's like got my car built, ready to have some fun this winter, this and that. And I screenshot it, sent it to Kevin again. I was like, I indeed did not have fun.
So
So
for
yeah,
somebody
my
who's
my on road shit was not my on road adventures were not fun at all.
never ran an on-road car or even been to an on-road race, why was it so much not fun?
One, we couldn't get traction on the carpet that was there at the time. And you had to do all this weird little shit. It was too finicky for me. It's kind of like the sprint car deal, even. Like, there's just too much little shit for me to constantly have to do. I couldn't get into it. Like, it just
Yeah.
wasn't my gig. Like, I want to be able to throw a setup on my car and know I'm going to be in the ballpark and I can just go throw it out. And, which is basically 8 scale.
Yeah.
Um, and even like 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive carpet, indoor at least, off road, you can still kind of do that and be in the ballpark. Dirt, maybe not so much in 2-wheel drive. Which I got the hang of that whenever I was doing that then. But the on road stuff and like even oval stuff, it's way too much little stuff, chasing the track, constantly changing stuff, making sure stuff's square, this and that. My shit was never square because I hit every fucking thing when it's on road.
Alex, you get that link?
Yeah.
But but if I were to ever do on-road again, it's gonna be nitro with the shifting nitro cars running on blacktop, just because I want to hear the sound of it.
That sounds fun.
How do I pull that? Where's my direct messages? Oh, there they are.
So, Cody, I found the picture. I sent it to Alex.
Oh, perfect.
I even like the touch of having, the pink shirt on underneath.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did it properly.
I
for sure.
was one of the first ones to ever wear pink shirts around there. That as far as men go, I started wearing a pink shirt for the first year or two, and then all of a sudden everyone else has pink shirts on. I'm like, oh,
You didn't
okay.
commit like Davey and shave though.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. Sorry, that was I'm beard all the way. I cannot not have my beard.
That's good fun. So, anywho's, so touring car is gonna suck. Got it.
But will it get any better at a different carpet surface though?
I'm gonna put a 25.5 in it, as I'm told, and hate my life. Rather just put an 8.5 in it, but apparently mod's lame.
Mod sounds like a broken car.
I don't care. I'll have fun breaking it.
I want to drive Alex's mod touring car for one turn because I know I'm going to go too hard into that one turn and I'm going to hit the wall at full wood and it's going to explode.
Or just do 360s everywhere.
And all his 1 millimeter E clips are going to be shattered and
It's gonna go
thrown
like
across the
confetti.
track. Yeah.
I want to talk about vintage race compared to INS.
INS? Yeah.
So this was.
The pros split that up, didn't they?
What do you mean?
Like some went to the vintage, and like some that would have typically been in an INS. Were
Yeah,
vintage,
I think Rivkin
whereas,
was one of them that went to the vintage race. Mayfield went.
Mayfield.
Mayfield.
Mayfield
Yeah.
probably would have went to INS to begin with. But anywho's, so the biggest thing is the entry count at INS 261. At the vintage race 474.
Holy crap.
So almost double. And as Taylor said earlier today, before we were recording, people wonder why Associated, or maybe it was Mike, people wonder why Associated's making all these re-re's and everything. Well, it's because they're selling. It's because people want to do it. So what does everyone think about that?
Now, I don't know all the classes and all the specifications, but I think there's some classes, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have to have not a re-release.
So
but
I have the
an
classes
authentic,
pulled
right?
up.
Okay.
I don't know. Nothing specifies that or not, Taylor. But the classes are Legends of RC, which is like Masami and like all the OGs. And then it's 70 two-wheel drive 76 to 83, two-wheel drive 84 to 88, two-wheel drive 89 to 93, two-wheel drive 94 to 98, then truck 80 to 90, truck 91 to 96, then four-wheel drive 83 to 85, four-wheel drive 86 to 88, four-wheel drive 89 to 93, and four-wheel drive 94 to 0. So that's a good question. I don't know if they have to be actually vintage or just a re of that same year. I guess maybe. I'd imagine they make it like that because, especially for like the 76 to 83 class, like I think those original cars are going for like really big bucks right now.
Yeah.
So
So if you're racing an original car, you're kind of crazy.
yeah,
Because not only are they expensive, but you can't fix them.
yeah. So I'm gonna say they were allowing the re-releases in there wherever they would fall. If I was to guess, I don't know. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, when it comes to the vintage stuff, it's cool. I get it. I respect it. I personally don't care to ever own one of them.
Yeah.
Like, I have no desire to buy one of them.
I would do it if it was the only option, but
Yeah.
Oh
that
yeah,
makes-
if it was the only
Yeah.
option, sure. But I mean, I'd rather just have the current gen car and
yeah.
call it a day. But I mean, it was also well before my time at RC, so like I have zero attachment to any of that old stuff.
Right. And I do have, I got an old 90s A scale nitro pan car up there that I got for next to nothing years ago. And the only reason I got it was because A, it's super cool, and B, I like to look at like where RC was now 30 some years ago. And I like, it's the same way with like old 1-to-1 cars. It's cool to look at a 69 Camaro or whatever and see how far technology has come and how far technology hasn't. What technology from back when is still basically the same as today. That's really cool to me on the engineering side. So I'd like to own like a vintage RC10 one day, but it's just so expensive.
It's like kind of not worth it.
Yeah.
But then again, you could just get a new reproduction kit for a couple $100 and call it good.
Yeah. Well, those even get scarfed up quick. I don't know. The market's funny. Anywho's, that's vintage
Oh,
stuff.
well.
Vintage stuff, cool. INS wasn't cool, apparently.
Oh, and Masters of Dirt
What's
took
INS
place.
typically good?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Give me a minute. I'll find that math.
And was this vintage
And,
race the first time it's happened, or has
This
this
was
happened multiple
this
times?
was the first vintage race. Now for INS this year, the one at Hobbyplex got 318 entries back in July of this year. The one at Island got 291. The one at RC1 got 336. And I believe that's it for no. The one at Trackside Hobbies got 373.
all right, so they're about what 100 inches off,
Yeah, So this was the lowest.
at least for some of the higher ones.
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
for the year, this was their lowest INS event.
Mhm.
And like you said, like you were bringing up, Cody, maybe it does have something to do with how they were scheduled on the same date. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like Mayfield and Rifkin, especially back in the day when they did run Associated, or at least for Mayfield, like I can see why Rifkin was there because Associated's like the only vintage car that most people are running.
Right.
So of course they send him, and then for Mayfield, when he was the hot shot growing up, he was running those Associated cars, so it
He
kind of
was-
makes
yeah.
sense for him to go there. I'm assuming J Concept sent him here, sent him there, not Associated.
Right. And it was
Oh.
JC's event too. They were the headline sponsor, so
Yeah, just to get some of those brownie points, I guess, for showing up and whatnot. I mean,
which
these guys have been to the INS races, and Jason understands like he's gonna get what he gets at INS. So
yeah.
uh,
I don't know if
they
you
probably
guys
figured
saw,
why not.
but I think they did like some sort of banquet at the end of it or something at the vintage race, and they had some of the drivers come up and speak. And I think Masami was sharing video. Someone was sharing videos I follow, but Mayfield came up and did a speech, and it was basically like his early days of pro side of RC. Like people told him to move to California, so he did, and he's like, "Yeah, I had this car that was barely legal." And by barely legal, I mean it wasn't registered. I didn't have a driver's license. It wasn't stolen, but it wasn't in my name. And it's like, yeah, when I got out to California, we had to park it in the garage and hide it so no one knew it wasn't registered and everything. And he's like, I was sleeping on a couch. But yeah, I got my start with AE. And if you find it on Facebook, it's like a 5 or 6 minute clip, but it's really cool, really funny here in Mayfield's like super early days to the beginning of his career. But
He's always fun he's always fun to hang out with once he gets talking later in
sure.
the evening.
I'm sure he has a lot of really good
He has-
stories.
Yeah, he has a lot to say, that's for sure.
Anyone else have anything to add to the vintage or INS thing?
How about Masters of Dirt?
Let's move on to Masters of Dirt. They had 153 entries. They changed locations this year compared to the normal. To where was it exactly? It doesn't
I
say
forgot
here on
already.
live time. But normally it was at Beach RC. I believe it was somewhere in Arizona.
Yeah, it was
Sounds
at,
about right. Is it Hoosier?
No, Hoosiers in Ohio or Indiana or something.
So Hobbyplex or
Hobbyplex.
Hobbytown or something like
Yeah,
that.
it might be
Yeah.
Hobbyplex.
That's it. Starts with an H. That's
Yeah.
all I remember.
So
Hobby Action.
sure.
Hobby Action.
Sure.
Yeah, yes, yeah, action. One of the hobbies.
Yeah, it's Hobby Action.
What I want to talk about is spoiler alert too. Aiden Horn, congratulations to him, won both mod 2-wheel drive and mod 4-wheel drive, and Spencer Rivkin took second place. So Aiden has been kind of beating a little faster than Spencer now. I feel like Spencer's a little tailing off a touch. Do you guys see that too? He's been putting all his eggs in the basket of 10th scale and all that work before Worlds and everything, and just has not had the success that I would have assumed.
In Spencer's defense, he only lost by 0.7 seconds in 2-wheel drive.
Okay. I didn't even look that closely.
I'm
so,
looking at it right now.
I should have looked closely.
Yeah. And in 4-wheel drive, it was a 7-second gap. So quite more.
Yeah.
But you know, Spencer is kind of the
Spencer
baby
used to be the headline AE guy,
He
and
still
now
is, right?
I feel like Brandon Rose has kind of taken that 8 scale,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe we kind of got Aiden Horn up
Taking
there
it
for the
over on
10th scale
10th,
side
yeah.
of Associated.
Yeah.
Although Aiden Horn's also been doing a little bit, not a lot, of 8 scale
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
been showing out to the 8 scale.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Aiden Horn's becoming slowly the people's champ, possibly a little bit.
Ooh, I like this.
I
could get behind that.
Yeah.
That's because he puts himself out there. Everyone else is
Yeah.
kind of a stick in the mud.
I feel like you have to be. You have to put yourself out there if you want to have the people behind you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that and he does the social media thing and stuff like that. So like that's a little more of it. I don't know. Spencer has always been one. Seemingly, like he'll be on top of the world, then he falls off a little bit. And then he'll have a good result, then he falls off a little bit. Like he just hasn't consistent. I don't understand. He won worlds. How many years
Twice.
ago would that have been?
Did he have 2 world's championships, I believe, correct?
Does he?
I know of the one when they were running on Astro, or like
Yeah,
turf or
2-wheel
whatever,
drive.
but
Back like when they were in Japan or something like that.
So
That's the only one I was aware of.
So are we to assume Spencer's just in a lull right now? You know, stocks are low.
I think.
I would think so.
Like
I mean, it's hard
the
to.
talent's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to back up a world championship. I mean, look at Tater too. Tater won.
Look at Ongaro.
Worlds and yeah.
He just keeps
I mean,
winning.
Ongaro's still. Yeah, I mean, Ongaro's a different breed. You know, he's like the overseas Mayfield.
Yeah. But he's also the overseas Mayfield that comes over here and does pretty good.
Ongaro?
And beats Mayfield.
When did Ongaro come over here?
I won't say over here, I guess I misspoke, but he does come out of his home track at least.
Yeah. Yeah. No, then we can get into Worlds talk next year. Or closer to then, but I'm excited for the change of the tide there. You know, rooting for America big time. But
We'll see.
Unless Thornhill wants to be massive grip and just gives Europeans the advantage.
Yeah.
But hey, even if they do, our people have the opportunity to travel there and test. So, who really wants it? Whoever really wants
Yeah.
that title should be there testing.
B Rose is next door, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. How else did everything go at Masters?
Aiden also won the.
Is it
They did it
Hoonigan?
at the end of the
Hooligan.
race. Yeah, the Hoonigan
Well,
race, the
see
Hooligan
on the
race.
results it
Yeah,
says he got
he
third.
won, and the no name RC guy, Keenan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was him. He was walking over towards him, and Aiden's up there. He's like, what's the bowling guy say? Who do you think you are? I am, or something like that."
Yeah.
Yeah, he was up on the stand yelling that
That's
after
funny.
winning the Hooligan race. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Where else are we?
I think we as RC need more Aiden or people like Aiden.
Completely agree.
Yeah,
I think it's good for the business.
is he? He's paid for this stuff.
Huh?
Does he have a job? Is he
Aiden?
paid full time or does he have a
I
job?
believe
Yeah.
he's full-time racer, dude.
Yeah, he's full time.
He does a lot with vlogging on YouTube and everything too, so I'm sure he's I think he's catching some sort of income from there.
Continue.
So yeah, I mean I don't know what level he is with his sponsors and how much he's making, of course, but
Right.
as far as I know, this is his full-time gig.
If we rewind back for the listeners to episode 26 with Jason Treffler,
27.
Jason, or 27, sorry, we're all out of order.
Hmm.
Jason will let you know that some of these pro guys don't make as much as you think they do.
Yeah, at least yeah. According to Jason, I don't know.
Yeah. Especially if they're inconsistent. You have to be very consistent. Consistently at the top.
Anywho's, did we have anything else to add on for tonight's episode?
I don't.
Nah.
Yeah, neither do I. Wrap it up. Wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Okay, so this has been episode 28. Hope you enjoyed. We have a special thing coming out for episode 29. You will find out about after some time and some teasers. But till then, it's baby car season. We're gonna be doing some baby car things of sorts. I know Mike has his 2-wheel drive. He already went racing yesterday. As of recording, he went yesterday. Mike's full swing in baby car. Cody's heading out west to go race at the Drake Raceway. We'll have to get you back on to talk about that after you do the thing. Taylor's going to do some making tracks thing. I'm going to try to step my foot into the stock short course and I don't even know if I can say it. 25.5 touring car world. Oh, disgusting. But till then, I want to let's go around the room. Thank everyone and all our peeps. Mike, start with you.
So, of course, LCRC, ACS Hobbies, all of the listeners out there, thank you guys for listening to us. Yeah, that's really it.
Taylor.
LCRC, Mugen Siki, 46RC, and MT Designs, Mike Trahern, my body guy.
Cody.
My wife, LCRC, Mugen, J Concepts, Flashpoint. I don't know. Mike painted my last body, so I'll throw Mike in there.
And the mayor. Right? Then Hunter say shout
Hunter
out
was
mayor.
writing your recap for you.
Oh. She was writing my recap?
The mayor signs your checks.
Oh, yeah,
and
my employer.
Your employer.
Yeah, my
Ah,
employer.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's right. Sure. Yeah,
Don't forget.
that's hers.
Uh, so yeah, they covered everything. Thank you, listeners. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that fun jazz and whatnot. Until next time, keep it on its wheels. Keep between the pipes. Cody,
Slow as fast.
there we go. Good night, everyone.